Hey, hello leaders, and welcome to another video version for the podcast Run to Your Leadership Challenges. Hey, I'm Paul Grau, and I'm your host, and you are watching the video version of me recording the actual podcast, the daily podcast called Run to Your Leadership Challenges, or on iTunes, it's called Run to Your Challenges. So today is episode number 356, and I'm going to hit the record button and jump right in. I'm going to give you some extra value at the end. But today we're talking about relaxation, the game changer, the leadership game changer of relaxation. So here we go. Hello leaders, and welcome to the weekend edition of Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So this week we've talked all about leadership game changers, or the things that can be really good or really bad for your team. And specifically, we focused on the actions that you can take as a leader to ensure your game changers help your team in a positive way. Today, I want to wrap up the week by talking about a real necessary game changer, and that is relaxation. Now, let's face it, leaders seem to seldom think about relaxing. And being a leader can both be amazing and just outright draining. For this reason, you need to make sure that you take time to relax when you can. Now, the way that I've found to relax the best way is to totally unplug when you can. Now, I also realize that many jobs expect you to be available 24/7. Heck, when I was in the military, I was expected to be available at all times unless I was on leave. And even sometimes when I was on leave, I'd get a call, right? So unplugging may require you to communicate with your work to get somebody or something to cover for you so you can unplug completely. Whatever you need to do to unplug, you need to do it at least as a bare minimum a few times every month. The bottom line is you need time for you. You need time to be fully present with your family. You need time to be fully present with your wife or your husband or your significant other. You need to be able to enjoy life by relaxing when you're not working. Relaxing away from work. I mean, not even talking or thinking about work. You know, one of the biggest challenges to totally unplug is to not have anybody that you can hand the reins over to you when you leave. Just not having anybody to empower to be able to handle things when you're away. So I want to ask you, can your team operate without you for a few weeks? Can your team operate without you for a week or two at a time? If the answer is no, you need to consider a growth plan for your leaders. You need to consider a growth plan. You need to consider a growth plan for the leaders around you. How are you training them to fill in for you when you're away from work? What type of mentorship program do you have set up? Are you coaching them? Or are you making them available? Or are you making mentoring and coaching available for them? Obviously, I'm a huge fan of coaching and training programs. Unfortunately, many companies just don't budget for leadership development, and I think that's a huge mistake. If for no other reason, you should be training your people to lead when you're not there so you can totally relax and enjoy your time away from work. The more developed your people are, and the more time and effort you put into growing them as leaders, the more relaxing that you can have, or the more relaxing time you can have when you're away from work. Think about how much peace it would give you to know that you can trust your people in doing your job while you're away from work. Let's face it, there's a high chance that you really can't relax away from work when you don't think that your team can operate without you for any period of time. And over time, that feeling that grinds away in the, and over time, that feeling that grinds away in your gut, man, it's going to wear you down. Believe me, I have been there. I've done that. And I'm telling you, it's unhealthy. Investing in your people is as much about investing in yourself as much as it is investing in them. Invest in them so you can enjoy your time away from work. So I challenge you today to start investing in your team members. Start mentoring them. Start training them. Start coaching them by asking them questions that make them think in ways that they've never thought of before. Start developing the leader traits that are already inside your people. It's up to you as their leader to bring that out. Then start relaxing when you're away from work. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As always, thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your day, and until Monday, run to your challenges. Okay, man, I screwed up a few times there, but that's all right. I'll go back and edit those out of the podcast. You're going to see it on the video, sorry, but you know what? I'm just not a video editor. If you know somebody out there that is and wants to do it for me for free, let me know, and you could edit all my videos, okay? Hey, so let's talk about this whole thing of relaxing. You know, when I was in the Air Force, yeah, it was true. I would get called a lot. Even when I was on leave, I would get called. And partially that was all my fault because I didn't set my people up for success to lead the organization or lead the team when I wasn't there. So I had nobody to blame but myself. Now, the cool thing is I realized this later on in my career. And man, when I went on leave later on in my career, I was higher up in the chain than I ever had been. But I was more relaxed when I was on leave too, because I knew that first of all, I was on leave. I deserved to relax. And second of all, I knew that the people at work were there and they could handle anything that was thrown their way. I knew I was leaving it in capable hands. So what about you? I mean, first of all, are you a capable leader? Because if you're not a capable leader, man, let's talk offline. Let's get you set up. I can help you develop some good leadership programs. Heck, I got a 4-week mastermind coming up that's going to be free. And, you know, I want you to be in there. So it starts on April 23rd. So if you want to get in, you got to act pretty quick. But anyway, that's it for today. Just take action. Start training your people. Start pouring into your people. And before you know it, they are going to be qualified to lead without you. And you know what's going to happen then? You can get promoted. So it works two ways. If you think that you don't want to develop your people because you're afraid of them taking over and being their boss, you know what? Sometimes that happens. I'm not going to lie. But you need to develop your people. That's a key responsibility of a leader. So I hope you enjoyed this show, and enjoy the rest of your weekend if you're watching this on a weekend. And until Monday, run to your challenges. We'll see you.